Hey, what's going on YouTube world? It's Sebastian here with Spin Driving School. Today we are going to talk about roundabouts and traffic circles. They can be a little bit complicated. Most of them are in these residential areas that are very small and tight, narrow streets. Sometimes you have cars parked on both sides. So, and the traffic circles themselves are, going to be a little bit smaller, bigger, wider, depending on the neighborhood and on the street and the road that you find yourself in. They're different in different cities, etc., etc. In some countries, in some provinces, they can be multi-lane roundabouts or traffic circles. Both of these names are kind of interchangeable, I guess. There's one at UBC that has, I think, 2 lanes in it. So some of them can be a little bit tricky. And, depending on what kind of car you drive, how big it is, its turning radius, your skill level, how well are you able to control the car, etc., etc. These things will depend on how quickly, how well, how smoothly, how, whatever word you want to use, you are going to be able to go through or control the vehicle through the roundabout. So that is all relative. As I always tell my students, at the end of the day, driving in many cases is situational or circumstantial. So depending on the environment and the car you drive and how well you drive it and how well you're able to control it, that will determine, all these different factors. So anyways, we'll get right into it. As far as like speed and things like that, there are some roundabouts and traffic circles that may be in, let's say, areas where speed limits are going to be less than 50. So, 30 to 40 in some residential areas. There could be roundabouts close or in school zones or in park zones as well. But generally, you shouldn't be going through roundabouts and traffic circles, especially these smaller ones, like 15 to 20K. So you want to be moving the car fairly slowly and your wheel fast, depending if you're going obviously left, straight, or right. And depending on a roundabout, that is also going to be relative to the speed as well. So at the end of the day, just proceed with caution. The car closest to a roundabout essentially has the right of way. Kind of treat it like a 4-way stop in most cases, at least. But if someone cuts you off, if someone doesn't yield to you, or if someone doesn't just respect the fact that you're already moving in or within the roundabout, just let them go. But the way it should work is the car that is closest or in the roundabout, that's excluding pedestrians, of course, because in most cases pedestrians will still have the right of way even inside these roundabouts. But as far as vehicles, the car that is closest or moving within the roundabout should have the right of way, and the key word is should. The purpose of them is to kind of keep the flow of traffic moving, as opposed to having 2-way and 4-way intersections. So just proceed with caution, scan, and if someone is there that's not supposed to be there, if someone cuts you off, just let them go. But anyways, I digress. Let's get right into the videos. So this is going to be a long one, I guess. Okay, so here we go. There's your speed limit right there. So that is your mandatory speed limit in this particular neighborhood. That's not a school zone, even though there's a school zone coming up. But that speed limit is just pertaining to this particular street and some of these neighborhoods. There's your roundabout sign. There's your school zone sign up on the right-hand side, and there's your roundabout yield sign. So you're yielding to traffic in roundabout. So whoever is in the roundabout, and obviously cyclists as well, because this is also a shared lane. If you're just going straight through, do not signal. So the thing I did not mention in the beginning of this video is if you're going straight through a roundabout, do not signal. It's just like going straight through any intersection. Only signal if you're turning left or if you're turning right. You do not have to exit on your way out. You can if you want to, but you don't have to, and I usually teach my students not to, and I personally don't turn my signal on the way out. Again, going straight through, nice and slow. Again, slow car, fast wheel, take it nice and slow, take it nice and steady. Get confident and comfortable with the way you maneuver the car and how you move the wheel. so you don't hit the curb and, you know, pop your tire, because that can also happen. So, you know, just take your time, and once you get used to doing these roundabouts, you know, especially the left turns are probably the trickiest ones. Sometimes going straight through as well. This here, we're gonna make a left turn. So you put on your signal nice and early, you know, shoulder check, and then you just treat it like a normal left turn. Yeah, you're going around a, you know, that donut in the middle, but you're still making the left turn, and you're signaling to the left just as you would in any other circumstances. There's your speed limit on the right hand side. So now the speed limit on this particular street is 40. Here's another roundabout. This one is a little bit wider or smaller in the middle. So through this one, you know, if you're going straight through, again, no signal, you can go a little bit faster. Again, your speed will always depend on, you know, the type of car you drive and how big it is and your skill level. You know, I can go through these roundabouts, I don't want to say fairly quickly, but, you know, faster maybe than the average person. Here, I think we are making a right turn. Yes, so a right signal, nice and early. Again, treat it as no differently than any other right turn. If you want to slow down a little bit more, sure, but speed is something that will come to you naturally as a driver. Going straight through, no signal, scanning, yielding to, making a left turn here rather. Always yielding to the traffic that's in the roundabout, if there is any, including pedestrians and cyclists first. Pedestrians first rather than cyclists, and then all the other vehicles. There we go. Nice and steady, easy does it. Scanning, looking both ways. If you are the closest car in the roundabout, proceed on through, and everyone else should be yielding to you. But the key words are, or is rather, should be. What is going to happen? You never know. You know, basically the way I approached him is, I'm the only one who knows how to do it, and no one else does. And I'll show you an example at the end of this video of what I'm talking about. But scanning, looking both ways, straight through, no signal is necessary. Yes, you're going a little bit to the right and then back to the left, so it feels like you're doing, you know, let's say maybe 2 turns, but there's no signal if you're going straight through the roundabout. Only signal if you're turning left or if you're making a right turn. So again, in this case, straight through, no signal. Now we'll get into these bigger roundabouts or traffic circles here. There's your 30-kilometer speed limit. So again, black on white, that one is mandatory, at least on this street. There's your recommended speed limit for a roundabout. So for those questions in the comments, just depends on the street and in the roundabout, but these are just suggested speed limits, at least the yellow ones. Here I'm making the left turn, so I have my signal nice and early. No pedestrians, no one in front of me, no one's cutting me off, nice and smooth. Can you have multiple cars going through these roundabouts at the same time? Yeah, sure. I mean, it happens. You know, if the other cars are yielding and it's, you know, it is doable. That's for sure. Here's another one. This one is by Costco. Just right next to the highway, Willingdon Ave. Going straight in this case. So I'm approaching with, you know, caution. I'm scanning both ways. As long as no one from my left-hand side is cutting me through, I'm just going to proceed right on straight on through. I'm not signaling. There's no pedestrians crossing, so I'm just breezing right through this roundabout with confidence. On the way back, there's again that suggestive speed limit of 30. You shouldn't really be going faster through this roundabout anyways. So I'm looking for these 2 cars. They're not signaling, so I'm assuming they're both going straight. However, I'm going just to pump my brakes there. I'm going to check on the car on the left hand side, make sure that he went straight, going right through. This gray car right there should be yielding to me at this point because I'm already moving within the roundabout. So he's going to yield to me. I'm not signaling. I'm going straight through, following through the road. So, you know, most of these obviously are, or all of these thus far were single lane. This one does have an extra lane up until this point, but it's a right turning lane. So technically it's still a single lane roundabout. I'm making the right turn, following this car, signaling to the right and on to the road. Here we go again. Left turn in this case. So signal left. There's this truck there. He wasn't signaling, so I'm just expecting people to, do U-turns or crazy things. I've seen crazy things in roundabouts. And back. This time we're going straight through. No signal again. So it's, it is pretty straightforward at the end of the day, especially these bigger ones. The smaller ones can be a little bit tricky, 100%, especially in these tight neighborhoods like this one here. So this left turn here, no problems. I'm probably going maybe 20, 25K here. I do these a lot, so. And then this is the same intersection, same roundabout, making the left turn. And if you see that car right in front of me, that's coming down. So at this point, he should be yielding to me because I'm already in the roundabout and I'm making the left turn. I had my signal on and this guy basically just cuts me off. Now he apologized, but you have to know who has the right of way in these situations. So definitely was not him. So hopefully that helps. And just keep practicing, stay safe out there, and keep watching my videos for some more knowledge. Cheers.